I have not done anything wrong. I have not broken any laws. I have not violated any IRS rules or regulations, and I have not provided false information to this or any other congressional committee. And while I would very much like to answer the committee's questions today, I've been advised by my counsel to assert my constitutional right not to testify or answer questions related to the subject matter.
Let's just be honest about the particular witness you just saw from a few months back, and let's adopt this sobriquet for her. She is Lion Lois Lerner. And you know why? Well, the facts are out now. Based upon a new FBI investigation, top Internal Revenue Service officials, including the lady you just saw there in front of a congressional committee, taking the fifth and saying she didn't do anything wrong, Lois Lerner and a lady also with the IRS, Holly Paz, knew about the targeting of conservative groups 2 years before making it known to Congress and the public at large. You see the report there from Judicial Watch. For more on this, we're pleased to be joined via Skype from Pinehurst, North Carolina, by a partner at the Foley & Lardner law firm, Cleta Mitchell. For purposes of full disclosure, Cleta was my political legal counsel during my days in Congress. So, Cleta, if Lois Lerner got up there and lied, shouldn't she be in the slammer?
Well, she certainly should have been prosecuted by the FBI. They investigated, and all of these documents just came out by Judicial Watch. These are documents from the FBI investigation. They are and include things known as 302s. Those are the records, the written records of interviews that the FBI conducts with anyone who's interviewed by the FBI. That record is memorialized, and the notes are entered under what is called a 302 form. And what Judicial Watch has done is they sued the IRS and the FBI and DOJ under Freedom of Information Act to obtain all of those records. And what they released yesterday shows definitively that the IRS was targeting conservatives based on their political ideology. And Lois Lerner and her deputy from Washington knew that as early as 2011, and between 2011 and 2012, Lois Lerner and others, the then commissioner of the IRS, the deputy commissioner who became the acting commissioner, Stephen Miller, and Lois Lerner, each and every one of them lied to Congress, lied to congressional staff, lied repeatedly, and denied any targeting. And why the FBI? Here's the question, JD. The FBI has all of this documentation. They knew this. It's in their records, and yet they did not recommend prosecution. It's outrageous. It's truly outrageous.
And now, correct me if I'm wrong, that's even before Jim Comey became the director of the FBI, correct? Or about the same timeline? It
was about the same time
right.
that his predecessor was leaving and he was coming in, yes.
So basically what we understand, and let's just get past all the flowery language about what a straight shooter Jim Comey is and all that.
Oh, yeah, don't even go there.
All 6 foot 8 inches of Jim Comey is one long, tall lie. I'll say it because that's the absolute truth. And what this administration has done to the criminal justice system is reminiscent of something in a banana republic or worse. And the worst part of this deal is these guys are going to skate because any U.S. attorney for the District of Columbia is under the thumb of Loretta, let me take straight orders from the White House, Lynch. Nothing's going to happen to these crooks.
Well, and that's the thing that's so outrageous. I must say, when I read the Judicial Watch report yesterday, it just made me angry all over again because what this documents is not only what happened, what we've known, we knew this happened, but what this documents is that the FBI knows that it happened. They have the documentation. They have the proof. They have the proof of lying to Congress, which is a felony. It is a felony. And they, notwithstanding that, they nonetheless chose not to prosecute Lois Lerner or Doug Shulman or Stephen Miller, but they refused to even pursue the contempt of Congress citation that the House passed. So, I mean, it is borderline banana republic, JD. I think that you're right.
I'm going to go further.
I hope Chris Christie becomes the Attorney General under President Donald Trump, because I think that he would clean things up in a heartbeat.
Well, I sure hope so. Speaking of the campaign, here's something going on. Hillary Clinton and her campaign people are pressuring television stations across the country to stop airing an ad sponsored by the pro-Trump super PAC, Rebuilding America Now. It has to do with outsourcing, with a speech that Hillary made in India. It's in the public record. Let's take a look at the ad.
Let me welcome Senator Hillary Rodham Clinton.
I don't think you can effectively restrict outsourcing. There is no way to legislate against reality. So I think that the outsourcing will continue, but I don't think there's any way to legislate against outsourcing. I think that's just a dead end.
So Hillary and her crowd are trying to lean on television stations to get the ad pulled. Now, again, for purposes of full disclosure, you're representing Rebuilding America Now.
Yes.
What is your argument, and is there any type of case the Clinton people have on this?
Well, you'd be amazed at the three things they're saying as to why this ad should not be aired. First, that we say it was a closed-door session, and they point to the 2015 conclave. It's called the India Today Conclave, and those are supposedly web streamed, whatever you call it, live streamed over the internet. But they weren't in 2005. It was a closed-door meeting. It cost tens of thousands of dollars to attend, and the only coverage was that by the sponsor. There was no contemporaneous press coverage. That's one of their arguments. We say it's a closed-door meeting. We then talk about, in this ad, about the millions of dollars that came from Indian sources as of 2008. And if you can believe this, the Clinton campaign says that we can't prove that they had received these contributions in 2008. Well, we're relying on a New York Times article in December of 2008, which said that as of the time this article was published, millions of dollars have been given to the Clinton Foundation. And the interesting thing is, if they say we can't prove it, well, the Clinton Foundation let them release the exact dates of when the contributions were made.
Oh, I'm just shocked they won't release it. So we see that going on. Hey, look, before we go, about a minute, got to ask you about, this brings a whole new meaning to the term political hack. What's going on with WikiLeaks and the emails? And of course, you got the Democrat National Committee. Today we're hearing the Democrat Congressional Campaign Committee, the DCCC, the guys used to come after me, are saying now they're a victim of hacking. The Democrats are claiming it's Russia. I'm just wondering about this. Let's say that people were given money to the DCCC or the DNC using their credit cards, and somebody now has that information. Could the DNC and the DCCC be liable for losing those numbers? 30 seconds.
Any vendor can be liable if they don't protect the privacy and the confidentiality of those numbers. So they better be hoping that they have a strong security system. Even if it was hacked, they better show that they took all reasonable steps to protect that information, because any entity can be liable.
And if it goes there, what about solicited? We know now the DNC was all in for Hillary. That's part of the WikiLeaks stuff. What about this? And very quickly, Bernie people send money to the DNC. The DNC says, hey, we're going to have party building. Could the Democrats be charged with fraud? 10 seconds.
The Democrats can always be charged with fraud.
Perfect answer. That's right. Cleta Mitchell tonight from Pinehurst, North Carolina. Thanks for your time. And a good weekend for golf, whether you're playing in Pinehurst or somewhere else. Have a great weekend. Stay brave, stay free, stay tuned.